Promoting a great employee to a management position makes good sense, but it doesn't always work. And I'll talk about why and what to do to avoid making that mistake in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimist Performance, bringing you practical tips and ideas to improve leadership, teamwork, and performance in the workplace. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I once met a coach of an Olympic gold medalist speed skater at an event, and we were having dinner together, and he explained that he had never coached anybody in that sport. In fact, he knew little about the sport. But they developed a relationship and she needed a coach, and he proposed that he become her coach. And gradually she warmed up to the idea, obviously, and accepted, and he coached her to a gold medal. So how could this be? Somebody that didn't know anything about speed skating become a coach and help somebody achieve a gold medal? Well, he told me, and it made sense, that he could easily learn the skills required to become a great speed skater. But what was more difficult to learn was how to coach and manage people. And that was something that he had as a quality that was kind of like a natural ability for him that he developed over the years in different roles. And so to switch from one expertise to another wasn't that difficult to learn the technicalities. And so employees that are really good at doing a job doesn't necessarily make them a good manager because the skills involved are very different. I remember also being hired by a sales manager of a company that sold locks to hotels and institutions. And he had never sold any of the products, but he was a great manager. He really impressed me because he was able to provide the support and the tools, the strategy to support the salespeople so they could do what they do best. And so that's really the key. You need to make sure that when you're hiring or promoting somebody rather to a position of manager, even if it makes sense that they know the job so well, they know the company, they're committed to the role, that they have the skills or the ability and the motivation to learn the skills of becoming a manager. Another situation that occurred just recently, I got a call from a client who wanted to promote an employee who was a good performing employee to a management position. But he told me on the phone that one hick was that nobody wanted to work with him. I said, oh boy, what's going on here? So I went over and I met the manager of the department, and he explained the situation, that the person worked very well, was very knowledgeable about his task, but was not good with people. In fact, his co-employees didn't want to work with him. So I said, well, why are you promoting him to a management position? They said, well, we have nobody else, and we think maybe he could do the job if he's given proper training and whatever. So I said, okay, well, let me meet the person, but first, let's look at a role description for that position, that management position, and you meet with him and explain to him that this is what's required in the role and that you want him to meet with me to discuss it. So we set an appointment, and the day before I was supposed to meet the employee, I got a call from the manager saying that the employee decided to decline the position. And so once he saw what was involved, he realized that it was something he really didn't want to do. So you want to avoid making that mistake of taking somebody who enjoys, who's good at what they're doing, and putting them into a role that they're not going to be comfortable with. So what I suggest is writing a role description, make sure that the role is clear, review it with the employee, perhaps let them know too that you're going to open up the job to outsiders or other people as well, depending on the size of your company, and that you want to make sure that maybe even if you discuss the possibility with them, that you're not setting them up for failure, that it's something that they're going to continue to enjoy as a career development. Another thing I suggest is to use a psychometric assessment to see what are the qualities of the person. Do they have the motivation, the interest, the behavioral traits, and the thinking style to fit with the management role. Also, you want to consider the training and development, the coaching that you'll need to provide. Do you have the resources to that? For that, even if the person has the qualities to be a manager, if they're not given the proper training and support, they may not do well in the job either. They may not know how to deal with difficult people situations. And that always comes up when you're managing people. So those are the key points to remember. Use a role description. I have videos and articles on how to write a role description, and I'll put links to that in the description of this video. Meet with the person, interview them like you would hiring anybody. Make sure that you put some objectivity into it and that you're putting the right person in the job. Consider the training and development required to do the job as well. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. Here's another video that's related or recommended for you that you could watch right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon.